dear district governors, welcome to this session. Our very first day of the schooling is dedicated to the new normal. We do understand and know that all that you had planned and dreamt of doing when you would be district governor has been terribly impacted. We hope and pray that by the time you leave office, things will go back to normal. But then, who knows? Moreover, once we get comfortable to this new way of doing things, we may find this a better option in many cases. Again, who knows? Nevertheless, at least in the next few months, we will have to adapt to this new way. It seemed so daunting at first, but look how well we have adjusted and adapted to this new normal. And then we realized if we were better prepared, we would have performed even better and not wasted any time. It is still not too late to learn more about the virtual world. Today, we will touch on various aspects and see how best we can operate in these special times. We will learn from those who have adapted and even gain some insights into how we need to conduct ourselves. Should you have any questions, any ideas, any suggestions for our panelists, please do write in the chat pane and the speakers will definitely respond to you. Go to meetings, go to webinars, Zoom meetings or Zoom webinar, a conference call or a FaceTime one. Where is the difference? How do we choose one above the other? To help us understand this is past District Governor Rajesh Mehra from Mumbai. Over to you, Rajesh.
Hello, leaders of the districts. First of all, let me congratulate all of you for your assignments as the district governor, or the first vice district governor, or the second vice district governor. Friends, in this last 4 months, the way we have been organizing our meetings has changed. This pandemic has forced us to look at things in a different manner, something which we call as the new normal. And we really don't know when things are going to be back at normal. So, under the current circumstances, what we have been doing, I'm sure most of you also have been doing, is having virtual meetings, trainings, and programs. So, today we are going to discuss the importance of being hands on with virtual meetings. We're going to discuss online meetings, webinars, and conference calls. Let us begin with trying to understand the difference between a webinar and an online meeting. The virtual meetings are basically prescribed for small group of people. So your meetings with your micro team members, your region chairs, your zone chairs, or if you have individual meeting with the club presidents, secretaries, or treasurers, this you can do with your virtual meetings. But the small group meetings are basically so that you have an open forum where members can share their ideas and views. Hence, the agendas can be flexible. So you have a discussion where you come to a conclusion, and that's the importance of a virtual meeting. There are various platforms we will discuss about in the later part of the presentation, but you have to understand that the virtual meetings contribute a lot nowadays under the current circumstances. Whereas a webinar is a presentation to a larger group of people. There is a limited opportunity for interaction in webinars. Of course, there are certain features you can select, but the features are also limited. So you're going to select those features as per the desired interaction that you want to have in those webinars. After understanding the basic difference, we will go into the detail. So when should one use an online meeting, friends? When you want to have a group discussion, as I mentioned earlier, in small groups, where you can select the individuals you're going to invite for the meetings. You can update and interact with everybody. You can take reports, progress reports of whatever you have planned in the last meeting, update yourself with what has been done and what needs to be done. So there are various interactive tools available for this virtual and online meetings. Main important point is you can record these meetings for reference later on, so that if any point is missed or you want to refer to a conclusion or a decision taken, you can refer to the recordings of these meetings. When you use a webinar, you are presenting to a larger audience. Recently, there have been a lot of webinars, and I'm sure most of y'all have been attending these webinars to update yourself with various things. There are various features of a webinar which you should be aware of, like you can have polls, surveys. So something, if you want to know about the information that the audience already has, you can start with a poll or survey. How many of you are aware of this? So that in the webinar, the presenter can change. If certain information is already available, they may give less time to that point, whereas where it is find that certain points are not available with the members, they will stress more on those points. In the webinars, you can have a moderated question and answer session. There is a provision where attendees can raise their hands and you can unmute them and they can ask their questions, or they can type their questions in the question pane and the presenter can answer those questions. Added advantage of using a webinar, you can promote this webinar in a larger audience on social media, so you can have maximum attendance in those webinars. Another feature you can look at is conference calls. Conference calls become very handy when you're on the move, even if you are stationary. But here it is more of an information sharing. So when you are on a conference call with few people, you can just update them about what has happened and what is the next plan of action. Conference calls can be very handy when there is poor internet connectivity. So with the use of your mobile network, you can connect even up to 1,000 people. That is not desirable for us, but this is a provision available. But when you're traveling and it is not possible to go on a video call, you can go on a conference call without the use of internet connectivity. Of course, there are various platforms available for that, which will give you up to 1,000 attendees in your conference calls. Now, one thing you have to understand that as per your need, you need to choose your platforms. Certain platforms I'm sure you're already aware of and you have already used during these times is the WhatsApp audio or video call. When you're talking to a core group of say up to 8 people, you can use your WhatsApp audio video calls. The same provision is available on Google Duo. Again, it can be an audio or a video call for up to 8 people. I heard that they are increasing this number, but currently, as per the information that I have, you can talk to 8 people at one go. Of course, Zoom meetings, right from a free provision where you can talk to or have a meeting of 100 people for a time of 40 minutes. And when you go for a paid version, you can go up to 500 people and more. So this Zoom meetings, a Zoom platform, which is being used extensively by all of us in the last 4 months. Of course, there were certain aspirations whether the Zoom is a secure platform or not. Those who found or thought this is not secure, they have been using the Google Meet, which being a Google platform is considered to be much more secure and similar to a Zoom meeting. For webinars, we have used the GoToWebinars or the WebEx Cisco. These are certain platforms which we have already used, or I would recommend you to understand more so that you can use during your meetings and trainings at your district or at your club levels. Now, when you're in a virtual meeting, there are certain etiquettes which are to be followed. And it is very important that we understand this, because recently when we attend various virtual meetings and we look at the screen, you will see how certain people behave. And it looks very odd when it is happening. So first thing we have to understand, how we are to behave, and then educate our members how they are to behave. So, what we call this as the virtual etiquettes. First and foremost, wear appropriate clothes for the meeting. It may not be necessary to wear always formal, but it is important that you understand that in the virtual meeting, everybody cannot be suited or booted. But for a meeting, if I'm using a collared t-shirt like this, it is well accepted. So wearing appropriate clothing is very important. So you have to look presentable, well groomed. For the meeting, you yourself must have a professional setting. There should not be a lot of clutter behind you. It should be a plain background preferably. So it is important that you concentrate on your settings as well, because whatever your video or your webcam captures, the whole audience can see. You have to understand how to limit meeting distractions. There are ways in which you can mute your participants, unmute them when you require them to speak, or when the network is a little poor, you have to ask your participants to switch off their videos, and when the need be, someone who's going to talk switches on his video and switches on his audio. So this way you will limit distractions. When a lot of videos are on and somebody is not behaving appropriately on the screen, people get distracted. Important to understand for you and everybody is talk when your chance comes. So if there is an agenda for the meeting, you know when you're going to speak. Till that time, you can keep yourself muted, and then unmute yourself when your time comes to speak. Invite only who's necessary. This is something we find now. When we used to have our in-person meetings, we used to invite limited number of people. Now, yes, we can increase the invitations to a little more, but that doesn't mean that you send invitations across. We are now getting invitations for regular meetings everywhere, whereas we are not required there. So it is important to understand, invite who's necessary for that meeting, and similarly you have to explain to your club leaders that every meeting you need not invite everybody. These are certain virtual meeting etiquettes we need to understand and follow. Moving ahead with the virtual meeting etiquettes, give a virtual meeting your full attention. You will find, and I have seen, people attend the meetings, switch off their webcams, mute themselves, and you are not sure they're attending the meeting. So when you are attending a meeting, please give it your full attention, so that when you as the leader are going to address them at certain point in the meeting, you are aware what has gone through in the meeting. If you are an organizer of the meeting, make it sure the meeting details are shared with everybody you want to attend in time, so they can prepare accordingly. They can keep the links ready to log in at the time of the meeting. Set effective goals and the agenda, what you want to achieve in those virtual meetings. It has become easier to finish the meetings in time nowadays because it is virtual. Speak clearly and use polite language as you would always do. Be kind to all the attendees and give everybody an opportunity to speak. And you also, please give your ideas and views clearly to the audience. Be prepared for technical difficulties. We are dependent on technology. Certain times internet failures are there. Things could happen. So be prepared and be ready to restart whenever the technological problems are solved. So don't get panicky. Be aware that technical difficulties are or may happen, and you have to be ready to face them. Whenever you're talking to the audience, try to look into the camera. Of course, you are reading something, you're taking down points, but most of the time, try that you look into the camera so that everybody feels connected and they feel they are being addressed. They always say that you should have about 4 fingers distance between the head and the frame. So try to adjust your frame in such a way that there is a 4 fingers difference between the head and the top of your screens. Some other points of consideration. In virtual meetings and in webinars, you should be aware there is something called as a waiting room. So this is the time you can utilize to ask your members or attendees to log in so that you can immediately start the meeting at the appropriate time. Maintaining discipline at the beginning of the meeting, make it very clear and make everybody understand that we have to maintain the discipline of the meeting. So as I mentioned earlier, muting, unmuting, starting a video, switching it off, these are certain disciplines. As the organizers, you may have a team working. Whenever you find a distraction, your member who's handling the meeting can mute those members or even try to switch off their videos if the behavior doesn't look to be appropriate. So in this way, you're going to control the meeting. As the head, you have to see that the purpose for which the meeting is organized is achieved. So wherever there is a need, control these meetings according to the agenda you have set, right? But before all this, you yourself must understand the importance of audio video checks. And this is very easily possible at every platform. So before you start the meeting, you have your audios and videos checked. So you can come to the meeting about 5 minutes before, and whoever is the host, you can check with them whether you're heard properly or you're seen properly. Now, when we look at the virtual meetings and the current scenario, a lot of us feel very disappointed. Oh, online, in-person meetings would have been better than online. That is true. But when the appropriate time comes and things become normal, you have a chance to meet everybody personally. But everything is not a disadvantage. There is an advantage to everything. And for that, it is important that you understand these advantages and inform your club members, okay, this is the new normal. Let us be positive. See, positivity will have to come from you as a leader. And here it is imperative for you to tell your members, please understand the advantages. There are disadvantages. We will not refer to that. Let us now look at only the positive things and let us look at certain advantages that you have of the virtual meetings, virtual platforms that you're going to use. You're going to have effective use of your time. Every minute you spend in that meeting is going to be for the purpose of that meeting. So each minute is going to be used effectively. There is less or no expense. If you're using a free platform, there is no expense. Or if you're using a paid platform also, compared to other expenses which you normally would do, the expense here is very less. As I mentioned earlier, there is a freedom to invite everyone from anywhere. There are no boundaries. So if you want to have a meeting with somebody sitting in a different city, different country, any part of the world, virtual is the platform which you can use, which otherwise was not possible. Now, if I want to invite a dignitary from Lions International for my virtual meeting, it is much easier now. If I had to invite him in an in-person meeting, there were so many formalities. But now, because this being a virtual meeting, it's very easy. And it's very easy for them to accept also. It is ease for logistics. You don't have to arrange for your meeting halls, look at the seating arrangements, the banners, the microsystems, microphones and sound systems, the food arrangements. Everything can be avoided. Of course, you may like to do it, but in a virtual meeting, these are the advantages. You don't have to bother for all the logistics. And more importantly, friends, there is no travel time. So if earlier in a day, as a governor or vice governor, you could attend 2 meetings, it is possible to increase the number of meetings. It is possible to have discussions with various groups, 3, 4, 5, 6 also. Because earlier for a half an hour meeting, there were times when you had to travel for an hour plus. But now the same traveling time you can save for devoting to this virtual meetings. So all in all, virtual meetings are going to be more productive compared to in-person meetings. So friends, I have tried my best to inform you, motivate you to look at the current scenario, not get disappointed, stay positive, use the platforms available. Please study various platforms, study all the features on these various platforms, and choose these platforms so that suit your requirement in the best possible manner. Thank you very much, friends. I'll be available for any questions also. All the best to all of you. Let us all pray to God Almighty that we come out very good after this pandemic times and we meet each other in person. But meanwhile, let us not forget to use the virtual meeting platforms, the conference calls, or the webinars to continue our work. Things cannot stop. You need to constantly motivate your club members. You need to constantly be in touch with them. You need to be constantly in touch with your team members. So use these platforms wisely and make the best of it. Thank you very much and all the best to all of you for the year 2021.
Thank you, Rajesh, for making it so clear. Online trainings are definitely very convenient. You can benefit from a large number of faculty from different parts, helping us save so much time and money. But we already have a lot of resources available. What are the online trainings available on the LCI website and how do we access them? Let us hear from Cynthia Bianchi from the Leadership Division at Lions Clubs International, Oak Brook.
Greetings. My name is Cynthia Bianchi. I'm the Instructional Design Manager of the Leadership Development Division at Lions Clubs International. I am honored to share with you today about the Lions Learning Center. It is your source for online training and leadership development resources. In addition, I would like to share my heartiest congratulations to all of you district governors, first vice district governors, and second vice district governors who are attending this virtual All India schooling and starting a new term in office. Finally, I would like to thank the organizers of the All India schooling for the opportunity to participate in this innovative learning event. Speaking of innovations, the beginning of 2019 and 2020 saw the launch of the Learn application, which is just one of the products available within the LCI digital ecosystem. To access Learn, you will need to go to the Lions Clubs International website and log in to your Lion account. As you may know, your Lion account unlocks many useful tools and resources. The image here at the bottom of the screen is what you currently see when you log in to the LCI digital ecosystem. Select the Go button in the Learn section to launch the Learn application. The digital ecosystem is currently being updated and should be ready soon. As you see from this distinct image at the bottom of the screen, once you log in with your Lion account information, the redesigned member portal still features the Lions applications here at the top. You can select the Learn button just as you do now. The Learn app provides access to the Lions Learning Center here at the top. It provides a link to information on LCI-hosted institutes right here in the center. And finally, information on local training reported by your global leadership team coordinators. To begin, click the Go button beneath the words Lions Learning Center. The Lions Learning Center hosts a wide array of e-learning courses, primarily focused on leadership skills. There are updated versions of vintage courses and new courses to meet evolving needs. This is a screenshot of a personal homepage or dashboard. On the left-hand side, you find the navigation. You can access your content library or a list of achievements. Here in the center of the screen, you can see any courses that have been assigned to you or courses that you started but may not have finished. At the top right corner, you can view your user profile and sign out. When you click on the Achievements tab from the left-hand navigation, you can view all of the courses you have completed in this new Lions Learning Center. If you completed courses in the previous version of the Lions Learning Center, you will not see those completions here. But please don't worry, your records have been archived for future reference. Anytime you complete a course, we invite you to submit feedback through the Rating and Reviews feature. This gives us immediate feedback that we take into account when designing new courses and updating existing courses. You can access this page by clicking on the words Rate Me next to the course title listed on your Achievements page. A pop-up like this one appears. After selecting the number of stars and writing your comments, click Post. All comments and ratings are visible to everyone. If you would like to read the reviews of a course before starting it, click on the Reviews tab in the course launch page. Most courses in the Lions Learning Center fall under one of these core areas: club, district, and multiple district officers, LCI programs and resources, individual skills, and interpersonal or team skills. Let's look at each category a little more closely. On the next two slides, you will see some courses aimed at incoming club, district, and multiple district officers. If you already hold the title of Club President, Club Secretary, Club Treasurer, First Vice District Governor, or Council Chairperson, your courses are grouped into a learning path and automatically appear on your dashboard when you log in. In general, these courses provide an orientation to your role and responsibilities. They also identify some of the key tasks and deadlines associated with those tasks, as well as perspective on how your role relates to other roles in your club, your district, or multiple district. This slide shows the learning paths available for council chairpersons and our newly graduated class of district governors. You also see the course for second vice district governor orientation. There is really so much to know about LCI's programs, as well as the many resources available to help clubs and districts be more effective in serving communities. This grouping of courses is constantly evolving based on the needs expressed by our members. For example, so many answers to frequently asked questions can be found in our governing documents, the Constitution and bylaws, and board policy. We also have a brand new course on new club development. Very soon, there will be courses on the service journey and a revised course about the Global Action Team. Lions know that leadership involves lifelong learning. Therefore, there are courses that allow you to build on existing skills or add new skills that strengthen your personal effectiveness. Just some of the courses available include public speaking, goal setting, servant leadership, and time management. Another set of courses focuses more on how to lead and be a productive member of a team. Interpersonal and team skills are critical to avoiding conflict and making sure that everyone is engaged and enjoying their experience as a Lions Club member. Some courses in this category include effective teams, conflict resolution, meeting management, and team motivation. I hope that this overview has enticed you to explore the Learn application and specifically the Lions Learning Center online courses. Learning is instrumental to deepening our experience as Lions, and online learning is just one way to experience learning and leadership development. Thank you for your attention today, and most importantly, I wish you success in all your endeavors. May you continue to learn something new each and every day.
Thanks, Cynthia. Membership recruitment in these times? You must be joking. Not at all. Our experts tell us it is absolutely doable and possible. Let us hear this panel of experts led by Bas District Governor Suraj Bagla from Kolkata.
Hello everyone. As we all agree that membership is always challenge for we Lions, and as a DG team, membership is always in our top priorities in our working agenda. Friends, I know that during this pandemic situation, some of you may have in your mind that this time membership will be a great challenge. In today's panel discussion, we have some membership experts with us. Let's listen to them. What is their opinion about this? We have with us past multiple council secretary, PDG Lion Rajkumar Agarwal from District 322B2.
Hello.
Then we have PDG Anupam Singhania from District 322E, who has given 951 members growth during his tenure. Welcome, Anupamji. Then we have IPTG Sudhir Chaudhary from 322G, who has given a net growth of 221 members last year, in spite of a great loss we had during last year. So let's listen to them. Anupamji, straightway, the first question, I throw it to you. What do you think that in this situation when we are not able to meet physically and we are not able to have our organization meetings for new clubs, will membership recruitment will stop?
It is definitely understandable that in-person organizational meetings can be held amidst this pandemic. But this can never stop us from growing. We can always identify probable groups through our existing clubs network, and the organizational meeting can be held through Zoom or webinar as many times as required. Moreover, the entry fee waiver is going to act as the best possible tool for accomplishing our Herculean efforts.
Great. Thank you, Anupamji. Rajkumarji, what is your view on this?
I personally feel it is more convenient now to enroll new members in the new clubs. What we can do is that during the earlier times, we used to organize the organizational meetings. Many times all the members were not possible to come and join together. But in this situation, we have in our mind, those who are sponsoring new clubs, they know who are the persons who are going to be a member in the new Lions Club. So organizing the organizational meeting, telling them about the Lions Clubs, telling them about their responsibilities and the obligations is more easy, and it is more easy to convince them about joining the Lions Club by showing them the Lions videos, Lions activities, and discussing with them. So I feel this is rather more a better time to organize the new Lions Clubs than the earlier ones.
I 100% agree with you, Rajkumarji. As you said that even in this situation, people are more friendly with IT and more people are joining in this virtual meetings, and also organization meeting attendance will increase. Great. Sudhirji, now it's up to you. What is your view?
Membership can grow, but we have to improve our online meeting interesting. Make our online meeting interesting, and we have to create personal bonding through phone calls and its frequency. I'm talking about the existing members in existing clubs. The club's dues should also be adjusted according to the LCI initiative to attract more members in this time of pandemic.
Thank you, Sudhirji. Rajkumarji, as said by Sudhirji, that by making more interesting meetings, we can, as you also said, that we can ask more, prospective members to join our organization meeting. So what are the other ideas, other things you can suggest to our Lions, how we can make meeting interesting or how we can motivate members to join us?
In our Lions Club, the membership is not by application, it is by invitation. So I feel that we have in our mind whom we are going to make our member in our Lions Clubs. So what we can do is we can invite all our prospective members in our meeting whenever we are having our Zoom meetings, and we can discuss them, we can introduce them to all our members, and through our videos, many videos which we have on the Lions Clubs, we have our service activities videos, we have our service activities PowerPoint presentations, and plus discussing in front of all the members, we introducing the new members. It is very easy to induct the new members because they will get impression that this is a big organization where if I join an organization, this is an international organization. So it is very easy to induct them, to call them, to inspire them. Otherwise, in regular ways, whenever we used to have the meetings, we have seen that our membership in our regular meetings, always the attendance are very thin. But in this case, one thing which we have noticed during this time, that through the virtual meetings, our attendance has gone up. In every meeting, you can say 90%, 95%, even 100% members who are coming and joining our meeting. So it is very easy, and it is basically very, what should I say, very inspiring for others to bring and join them as a member.
Thank you, Rajkumarji. Anupamji, what is your view?
I am
How
sure.
we can motivate people to join us?
I am sure that there can be no better encouragement and motivation for new members other than to properly present and showcase the services that we, the Lions, have provided globally during this pandemic. Our foundation alone has contributed millions of dollars so far, along with the clubs working tirelessly and effectively in their locality.
Very rightly said by you, Anupamji. What our foundation is doing will be a great tool to make a showcase in front of prospective members. Great. Now, Sudhirji, your view.
See, mainly we have to make them understand that they are joining with a global organization like us. And at the time of this pandemic, how we could send them our videos and activity during this pandemic also, that even when people are at home, we are serving the humanity. And this might touch their core of their heart, and they will also find, they will also think of being a part of this. And this is a good opportunity to invite members by sending regularly to our activity videos or photographs or whatever we are doing in this pandemic. And this is the best time to attract them, what I feel, because they are slightly bored also at home, and they are looking forward to something new to grasp. So it is the best time to grab new members.
Very right, Sudhirji. Even I want to say one point, even we have a new methodology organizing this membership events, and for that LCI has given us authority that, as said by Rajkumarji, that membership is by invitation, so we need approval from club board. So even LCI suggests that we can take advance approval for every member can invite their guests, 2-3 guests. That is also there in LCI new guideline. So it's all there. Now, Sudhirji, this question for you. Just give me the bullet points. What should be the main ingredients of these online meetings which you all three are suggesting? Just give me the bullet points.
First of all, we have to make them come to us. We have to attract them. And for that, we have to call them in our motivational sessions that this phase will pass. Secondly, how to organize themselves for next 1 year and how to restructure their business and life, and how to utilize this period for productive use. I think these kind of information, if we are going to give in this time of situation when they are sitting idle at home, they will attract to our organizations, and not only service, we are also going to learn many more things apart from service by joining this organization. So this is the first thing to attract them, and then we can retain them.
Thank you. Rajkumarji, give me the bullet points, the ingredients.
The charity begins at home. I feel this is the right time to increase our family membership. whenever we go to the Lions Club, whenever we come back to after meeting or after any project, we come to our home. Second generation, third generation is not ready to join our club. But this is the time when we are having the meeting sitting at our home. We can show them what we are doing, what the Lions Club is. So it is the best time to attract them, and they will get motivated, and we get so many quality membership that we don't have to go anywhere else. Number one, the family membership. Second, during this COVID-19 time, what we are doing, we must tell them, and they are seeing what the Lions are doing throughout the world. So definitely they will get attracted, and this is the major point where we can attract them.
Great idea, Rajkumarji. Family members can be our main target area at this point of time. Anupamji, your view on this one?
I feel that we should publicize this an opportunity to join hands with the Lions in creation of a corona-free world. Owing to the fact that the tireless work that we, the Lions, have rendered throughout the globe in this pandemic is itself a significant, it's itself a great example of attracting the new members to our organization. Moreover, we should always be proud of our past, that is the legacy of over 100 years. And finally, never before, never henceforth, the entry fee waiver scheme can definitely boost on our efforts.
Thank you, Anupamji. I want to thank each one of you for sharing your valuable time and sharing your experience today evening. So, Lion friends, you can see all our three experts are of the same opinion. Even at this pandemic situation, membership is not a tough target. Rather, I will say, they all are suggesting it has become more easier to get more attendance of prospective members. You can have organizational meetings very easily because people are IT conversant now, and you can show what you are doing, what LCIF is doing has become more easier to reach people. Thank you very much all for joining this session. I wish you all the best, and we are very much sure that this session will help you and we can achieve a great membership growth during 2020-21. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, my dear friends, we can add members, and there is no time like now. You, as district governors, would also have to visit clubs. And when you do so virtually, the rules will naturally change. Let us hear what past District Governor Govind Raj has to advise us on holding virtual official visits.
Namaste, District Governors. Hearty welcome to this session, online official visit. Yes, you heard it right, online official visits. COVID-19 has caused a lot of damage to the humanity. We are all aware. At the same time, it has opened up a lot of opportunities. It has made us to think in a different way. It has made us to make best use of the communication facilities and advanced technology. Lions Club International, friends, has set certain guidelines for the Lions Clubs, how they should function in their day-to-day administration. You, as the official representative of the Lions Club International, being the district governor, is expected to ensure that every club functions as per the set rules and policies of the Lions Club International. Board Policy Manual Chapter 9 says each club be visited by the district governor once every year to facilitate successful administration of the club. The purpose of the district governor's official visit is to promote membership, leadership and service, that all as you know. And in case any challenges are faced by the club, with your experience, you have to guide them with the possible opportunities and resolve the issues. And in your visit, on verification of the records and documents, you have to ensure that Lions Club is functioning as per the set rules of the Lions Club International. This is also mentioned in the standard district constitution. And after making the visit, you are expected to submit a report to the Lions Club International. Hitherto, we were making official visit in person, that we are all aware. Whether it is for in-person visit or for the online visit, the district governor should have some information. What is that information? About the club, when it was chartered, how many charter members are still existing or surviving? In the case of a recently started club, how many charter members are still on the rolls? And who is the sponsoring club? Because the sponsoring club is expected to guide that extended club for at least 2 to 3 years minimum. Then what are the membership trends, especially in the case of recent clubs? How is their membership either on the increase or decrease? So that also you must get. Then permanent projects, if any, what are the signature activities taken up by the Lions Club? That should be gathered. Then, very important thing, for any Lions Club, success or failure depends upon these key lines. Who are they? What is their contribution? How they are guiding the club? That information, through your inquiries, whenever you made a visit earlier, on occasions when you are holding various positions, or to region chairperson or zone chairperson. Then what are the training programs attended by the line members, especially seniors like ELLI, ELLI, FDI, etc. And in the case of a senior club, whether they have organized any training program, that also you must ascertain. Major accomplishments of the line members of the club. How many times the club has received the best banner or best club award? How many members have got the recognition from the district and the multiple and the international? Involvement of members. You might have ascertained this information in your earlier visits, holding several positions in your linistic career. But this year, current year, through region chairperson, zone chairperson, you have to find out through them the involvement of the members in the programs of the club, meetings or service activities. Similarly, the club officers, how they are involving, what strategies they are adopting for involving the members, that also you must know. Finally, the status of dues payment, collected, paid or not, and service reporting is being updated immediately or not, and how many MJFs are there, who are all the potential members to become MJFs, and what is the LCF contribution made by the club so far in the earlier years. This information you must collect. Before you make an official visit, this being the online visit, your online visit should have more purpose, like interacting with the senior members more particularly. This will help you a lot. So before you make official visit, guide the club through the region chairperson, zone chairperson or club officers to ensure that maximum number of senior members attend this online official visit. When you make online visit and interact with the senior members, you will have the advantage of learning more, knowing more about the club, and also certain important points that may help you in administering the district. So that advantage is there. So ensure that as many senior members are online for interaction. If necessary, let the club have a mock meeting, and if necessary, club may guide the senior members, going over to them and making them acquaint with the advanced technology or using the mobile or laptop for this purpose, online official visit purpose. Then when you, on the set day, when you make the official visit, what all information you have collected, that will help you in your interactions. Because with that information backup, your motivation, questioning, not in a questioning way, because ours is a voluntary service organization. For eliciting the information, you have to interact in such a way you are not questioning them. That comes with you only, in your regular experience only. That cannot be taught. That need not be taught. So elicit the information, motivate the club members, and in this process, check the records. They will show you book of accounts, bank accounts, or attendance registers or minutes books online. Collect the information through your interaction. Motivate the members for more membership. Motivate them to become Melvin Jones Fellows, and give the examples of their senior members because they are available online. Get certain positive points from the seniors, and later, if it is clubbed with charter night, let the gates be opened for the charter night. If it is a continuous meeting, then appreciate, recognize those who did contribute to the district multiple international, and recognize them. It will go a long way in your rapport, developing rapport with the club and motivating them. Thus you can complete the official visit. And thank you very much. Good luck and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Past District Governor Govind Rajji. And then, governors, in the next few months, you would also have to hold online cabinet meetings. It is not very different from the physical ones, but nevertheless, there are many differences too. Past District Governor Murugan will discuss some tips with you as to how to have virtual cabinet meetings in a very effective way. Over to Past International Director R. Murugan.
Hello, district governors. Congratulations for getting elected as the district governors of your districts. In this session, we are going to discuss about how to organize an online cabinet meeting, especially in the background of COVID pandemic. So before organizing a meeting, we have to send the official notice along with the agenda to all the cabinet members. This notice should be sent with proper time duration as per your district constitution. Let us see a model notice and agenda. Dear governors, this is the cover page of the meeting notice. I have just taken a model of my home district. You will now see the official meeting notice showing the date, time, and what is the platform in which the meeting is going to be held, signed by the cabinet secretary. This is the agenda. Meeting is called to order by the governor. You have the flag salutation, you have the welcome address, you have the inauguration by international director or past international director, approval of notice convening the meeting and agenda, leave of absence, and then the introductory remarks by the district governor. Presentation of minutes of the pre-cabinet meeting you would have held in the month of April or May by the cabinet secretary. Adoption of resolution for the bank operation and also appointing auditors for the year 2021 by the Cabinet Treasurer, adoption of district programs and projects by a senior line of the core cabinet, adoption of district conduct rules, presentation and adoption of district budget, and also presentation of accounts for the period between the first cabinet and second cabinet. This I mentioned it as an agenda item which you will have to follow in future. Right now, for the first cabinet meeting, accounts need not be presented. Then we have the address by the vice governors, reports by the region chairpersons, and the presentation by the GAT leaders, GMT, GLT, GH, and also by the LCF district coordinator, discussion on week clubs, address by the president of the Council of Landladies and the Leo district chairperson, remarks by the past governors, fixing date, time, and venue of the next cabinet meeting, any other matter with the permission of the chair, concluding remarks by the governor, and then the vote of thanks followed by national anthem, and the meeting gets adjourned. Friends, we are now going to discuss about the points to be taken care of while organizing an online meeting. You will have to choose the right platform like Zoom Meet or Google Meet or GeoMeet or similar platform. Make the payment and purchase the space and the time you need. The meeting notice, as discussed earlier, has to go by email or WhatsApp to all the cabinet members, giving them sufficient notice as per your district constitution. The agenda, the budget, accounts if any, report of activities of the district, report of region chairs, and any other circular has to go by email or WhatsApp to all the cabinet members at least 1 week in advance. The district governor, immediate past governor, cabinet secretary, cabinet treasurer, if possible, can sit in one room, maybe your own office or your district office. Organize a good camera team to share the proceedings via online to the cabinet members. Ensure proper sound system. This camera team has to arrive at the venue of the meeting at least 1 hour in advance and check the quality of the voice of speakers who are in their respective homes or offices. I mean, whom all you propose to allow them to speak, their individual voice has to be checked beforehand. The stage, a very small one, may be arranged in your office, or even a head table can be organized. A nice background, neatly decorated, as usually you do it for a regular cabinet meeting. Display your district banner. Keep gong and gavel on your table. Share the link, password for the online platform to the cabinet members at least 1 week in advance, and send them reminders, 48 hours one reminder, 24 hours before the meeting one more reminder via the WhatsApp, so that they are aware about the time, they are aware about the password, link, etc. During various Zoom meetings, we have found that some lines join late and exit frequently. The cabinet meeting may be for 2 to 3 hours. Hence, it is advisable to give a break of 10 to 20 minutes in between the cabinet meeting. Say maybe after 1.5 hours, they will get some time to take a cup of coffee or a tea or to go to the washroom. A grace time of 15 minutes shall be given for the participants to enter the meeting room, and thereafter the gates are to be closed. Slides to be shown during the cabinet meeting ought to be prepared well in advance in bold letters with sufficient space in between the lines so that there is good readability. You may like to show some videos of your service projects or other events. All these, what all things are to be shown in the cabinet meeting ought to be prepared well in advance and given to the operator who is going to operate the online platform. A line member who is well versed with the online platform shall be requested to coordinate the entire event. He may be requested to come at least 2 hours before the event, see the venue, the arrangements, there should be proper power backup. We should have a generator. Then let him speak to the cameraman, the sound system people, and ensure that proper light falls on the dignitaries sitting in the head table so that those who are viewing the online can see the faces of the dignitaries properly. You should also advise the various speakers like the region chairpersons, the GAT leaders, and other important officials who are given time to speak in the cabinet to sit in such a location that artificial light or natural light falls on their face, and they should not be sitting in front of a window or a large opening where the light is behind the person. The light should be falling on their faces. The entire proceedings ought to be recorded and kept for official purpose, because you will take so many decisions, and so this will be a proper record in future for your district. I hope I made things very clear. Wishing you all a very successful online meeting in the coming months in your district. Thank you very much.
Thank you for elaborating on this. Lions and service go hand in hand. No doubt, these trying times have made it very difficult for Lions to continue to serve. But innovative as we are, we have found ways and means to continue our services. They will definitely become different, but they will allow us to say, where there is a need, there is a lion. Past International Director Bishnu Bajoria is bringing to you a panel discussion on how to do virtual service. Over to Past Director Bishnu Bajoria.
The entire world is today passing through a very difficult time when people's movements are restricted, economy is impacted seriously, and people are losing jobs. We Lions are forced to interact, meet mainly on the virtual platform. Virtual seems to have become the new normal. At this time, how can we Lions conduct online service programs? What could be the ideas to maintain involvement of members? How to keep our permanent projects going in these tough times have become very important matters and very relevant matters. I have with me on the panel today very senior and respected past international director, my very good friend, Lion G. Ramaswamy of Coimbatore, popularly known as GR, and a senior past district governor from Calcutta, Lion Rajkumar Agarwal, who has been a very successful global service team, multiple district coordinator of Multiple 322 during the last 2 years, and also possesses good innovative ideas to discuss our way forward. I request PID GR to share his ideas as to how we can continue to have involvement of our members when in-person meetings, programs are not possible, or say not advisable also. So GR, what is your idea? How can we continue to have the involvement of our Lion members?
See, at the starting of the COVID-19, we are all finding very difficult to see how to cope up with this pandemic. Further, how to conduct the Lions meeting, how to meet friends. But it has become, of late, we have come to know that there are possibility if we all like to involve technology. Through this technology, if you say that it has become very easy. Even we thought the people who live in villages, they may find it difficult to use the technology. But everybody learn within no time. Because when there is a need, everybody is ready to accept it. That's how we are coping up with the meetings. But it is not like the directly meeting with others. It is like that those who are taking seriously, they are all enjoying. Those who say that they do not want to participate, very difficult to cope with them. This is the only thing. Otherwise, we are ready to accept any challenges. And also, for example, today also we had a meeting up to all the district chairpersons and everybody. Everybody is easily accessible, and they learned how to keep quiet when others are speaking. I think we are moving in the right direction. Thank you, Vishnu.
That's good. I think the leadership has a role to play in this, to make people conversant with the virtual platform, how to use it. As you said, yes, gradually people are becoming accustomed. Rajkumar, I will
Yes.
request you, you have been a person very active on the social media and also poses innovative ideas. Please tell us what service programs can Lions have online so that our service activities continue.
Sir, what I feel is that we have a lot of opportunities which we can use during these days. First of all, though we cannot go outside our home, so it is not possible to do any physical activities as you have told, and you are asking now that what are the on virtual platform, what are the activities we can do. I think the best part for all Lions is that we should go for awareness of so many things. This is the time when can create awareness for so many things in the society. If we start with the COVID-19 itself, though,
can you elaborate?
Yes, sir. Like during this COVID-19, every day, previously when the government started the lockdown, it was very difficult to keep the people inside the home, and everybody was trying to come on the road and without wearing the masks and whatever we can say we have seen on TV every day. But now, with the passing of these 4 months, people have now started thinking that it is very dreaded disease, and if we don't listen to the government and the people, then it will be difficult for us to sustain ourselves or to even to we may become dead. So due to that fear in mind, people have started learning something, but still they do not know how to behave in the society. They know how to live and how to protect themselves. So now the role of the Lions Club has come in this, that we must create awareness campaign through this virtual media, and this awareness campaign regarding what to wear, what not to wear, how to use the things in our house, how not to touch the other things. And through this media, this campaign, we can guide and we can educate our members so that in turn they go to their acquaintances, their neighbors, their friends, their well-wishers, and create a good name and the brand name for Lions also. This is at the time of this pandemic, the Lions come and they supported us and they created awareness amongst ourselves. Apart from this, sir, what I feel, there are so many other things like now the many people, those basically they have cured, but and the plasma therapy more or less is being accepted in India nowadays also. Every day we see on the TV or we see on the WhatsApp that people are asking this plasma to come and donate. But still, many people, they do not know that the importance of this plasma to be donated, because due to fearness, the people are not coming forward, those who have been cured through this pandemic. So what the Lions can do this, because the Lions know who are the people who cured themselves during this COVID-19, they can motivate, they can create awareness through WhatsApps, through phone calls, through personal persuasion to these people to go and donate their plasma.
That's a good idea, Lion Agarwal. But what other ideas you can undertake? I think I feel we can also promote zero wastage.
Yeah,
there is a tremendous wastage of food, electricity, and water, and I think that is also very, very important. And that we can use on the virtual platform also. What do you think, GR? What do you think, GR?
Yeah.
What do you think, GR?
You are right, Vishnu. You are right, Vishnu. Yeah. There are a lot of opportunities to analyze and try many sources how to save the energy. That's one is energy. That is energy, and how to encash everything through technology. Again, whatever is coming to technology. Yes, Rajkumar is right. Through blood plasma, donation blood plasma, in southern India, what they do is you have to take the blood test for COVID negative. Then only they allow to donate the blood. Those who get the certificate within 7 days, they are allowed. But more than 10 days, again, when they check again, they get positive. So very, very careful. Our blood banks are finding it difficult to identify. But the genuinity of the certificate, again, they have to call it and back, that we are finding how to restrict all those things. Yes, you are right. Wastage is another area. Wastage has drastically come down because the people are not in the road. What are the house wastage, only vegetable wastage and other wastage is accumulating. There are also some of the houses, those have little area to plant trees. They dig the hole, they dig the ground and see that they are putting at the manure. Like that, there are a lot of time for everybody to think and move forward. That's right, Vishnu, you're right.
That's right. I was reading a survey report, GR, that in this world today, in the 21st century also, every year, 400 crore metric ton of food is wasted. Whereas about 9% of people are forced to go to bed hungry. I think we can use the online platform to create this awareness among people that we should not waste any food at all. Similarly, about electricity and water also, there is a tremendous wastage. We can stop, we can at least create this awareness. Rajkumar, you had worked a lot about this. Can you share some light on that?
Yes, sir. This is your idea, basically. You were propagating this thing since last 2 years in our multiple. I have just taken the idea from you only, and we created few slogans and few WhatsApp teasers to be sent it to the clubs. What in turn now we can do all over India, that these campaign, because this is the time of campaign when we cannot go out. So what is your idea was that to stop wastage of food, electricity and water, what we can do is throughout all over India, the Lions clubs, DST coordinators, the district governors, all this, they can have the think tank. They can create awareness on these and they can circulate into the clubs. And through the clubs, it can propagate to all the club members so that they can create the awareness about to stop the wastage of these. Will be a great service to our nation.
That's good.
Your idea, and I think you should tell more about it so that the people
no, that's
can
okay. We have very limited time. I think let's talk about our permanent projects. Because I feel the permanent projects are the image enhancers of our organization. What steps can we take, can you think, should take to continue the projects keeping the safety of all stakeholders in mind? Because permanent projects are the image creators of our organization. So what should we advise our stakeholders' safety should be maintained at all times? How can we continue those?
Yes, sir.
Any idea? Yeah.
This is a very
very
critical question. The permanent projects in our part is mainly schools, public parks, and also community halls, and also vocational training centers.
Even
we have diabetic centers are there. We do have blood collection centers are there. Blood collection centers, even though we are finding difficult, we have found a solution to see that how cleanly the people are coming. The diabetic, we don't have any issue. We are taking care of the patients, and also periodically they're checking for the COVID negative. So that's moving on. The parks, the government are not allowing it to open, but we are telling them we take precautions. The government is not ready to accept. The way in which we talk about the technology and the modern facilities, the government is not ready to accept the ground reality. The parks and community centers and also location centers, we are still closed. We are persuading with this type of permanent projects. That's my view, that's all.
In my multiple 322 years, there were 70 eye hospitals.
Yeah.
For a couple of months, they were closed. Now we have advised them to have all the precautions, use the PPE kits, have the face shield, and they have started working again. So I think the permanent projects have to continue, and we must advise people to take all the precautions because the health of the people coming to our hospital is also at stake. So all precautions should be taken.
Sir, I would like to add one more thing here.
Yeah.
That you are right that in our multiple maximum hospitals, now they are using the PPE kit, face masks, and every precautions they are taking for the safety measures. Again, this pandemic, as you started the topic, that how to use this virtual platform, I personally feel apart from the regular permanent activities which we have in our Lions Club, this is the time when the clubs can think about the organizing the future permanent projects. This is the time when the president and the district governor should take lead in this to plan about their future activities.
That's a good idea.
Activities, so that their committees can be formed now. They can discuss over the Zoom meeting or whatever meeting on a virtual platform they can decide, so that whenever the things normalizes, at that time they can start their projects immediately, or rather if they would like to apply for the LCIF grant or whatever, because the normal times we say, oh, sorry, we didn't have the time, we couldn't due to our business pressure, to our family pressure. But this is the time when everybody is sitting idle, so they can plan about it.
That's a bright side about this COVID-19.
Yes,
I also feel it has provided us the forced habit of meeting online on the virtual platform.
Sir, can I suggest you one more thing, sir? If you allow me.
Please.
What I was thinking is that when we say where there is a need, there is a line. Now, all over India, what we are facing is it is very difficult to get the admission in the hospitals. Whenever anybody is home, if somebody comes to know that he is suffering with the COVID, half of the persons are dead over there only, sir. Mentally, not physically, mentally, but they are dead. What the Lions can do is everywhere, sir. Now the thing is that everywhere you need your resources. Everywhere you need your recommendations. What the Lions can do is Lions can create a pool in every city, in everywhere, so that they can tie up with the hospital and they can assist these patients, the prospective patients, or whenever if somebody catch hold of this disease, then they can talk to the doctors. They can pursue them.
That's a good idea, Rajkumar. That's a good idea.
Because if the Lions people can talk to them, they can provide them the mental relief, sir. And through the admissions also in the hospitals, because without recommendation now nobody gets the admission even. So Lions can do a lot of work in this field during these pandemics, sir.
Okay. That's good. To close that, because we are running out of time, I think we can make good use of this new normal to have more and more training programs online also, and motivational talks. For your information, Lions Quest India Foundation is shortly launching an online program called Life Enriching Program, which is slated to be launched on 15th of August, which will be at a very nominal cost. It will be available online for not only members, but anybody interested. I think this sort of programs, training programs and motivational talks, we can organize more often, because the virtual platform is a very easy platform. You have least expenses. You can attend from the comforts of your home or office. And I think that's one plus point of this COVID-19 situation that we are facing. Anything else, GR, you want to comment?
Thank you, Vishnu, for this wonderful meeting and also this dialogues.
Thank you,
thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you very much.
One more suggestion I would like to give.
Right.
That nowadays in every hospital, or all the doctors or medical staffs, everybody is running. They are working day and night. What the Lions Club can do it. The Lions Club can ask their members, their family members, to prepare the thank you cards for them, to prepare the moral booster cards for them, and to send it to the hospitals, to the health workers, to police, so that they can feel that somebody in the society is with them. And through this, I think, again, the Lions Club can create a brand name during this pandemic, sir.
Good suggestion. Thank you very much. Thank you, GR. Thank you, Rajkumar. We had a very good session. Thank you for attending. Thank you very much.
Those were some extremely innovative ideas, and I'm sure you too must be having many ideas. If you would please share them on the chat pane so that we all can learn from that. We come together for service and stay for the fellowship. Our network is so strong that sometimes Lions and family become synonymous. So in these times, will we have to forego all the fellowship and entertainment? Will it only be work for us? Can we not have some fun during these meetings? To tell us how, let us hear past District Governor Ravi Manuja.
Topic: Virtual Fellowship and Entertainment. COVID-19 has put all of us into extremely difficult and testing circumstances. It has brought us face to face with stiffer challenges, stiffer than the usual ones. This virus has spread everywhere. And this virus is extremely dangerous. There are frequent lockdowns which are likely to extend for months. And this can lead to extreme frustration, depression, and even an underlying medical condition. The challenge is not to succumb to this depression. The challenge is to retain our sanity in the wake of staggering high number of deaths and infections around the world, particularly in US, Brazil, India, USSR, France, Italy, and many other countries of the world. Internet has become the most excellent tool now that we have opted to stay indoors, now that we have opted to maintain distances. And this is relevant everywhere, from news to entertainment. As a responsible member associated with the functioning of the district and of course the clubs, this becomes imperative that we brainstorm and think of certain ways and means of entertainment and adopt them into the functioning of the district, which has virtually become online or virtual for all practical purposes. And this is actually required for providing our members with respite, the much needed respite, relief, and of course a refreshing change from the heavy dose of lockdowns, the tensions, the mental agony, and of course the extreme frustration. By being a keen observer, we can find live, real examples of various modes or forms of entertainment being practiced all around the world to counter the threat of COVID-19. Today we are going to discuss a few of them, and then we can add a few more to these individually, and then collectively we can prepare a list which can be used for the functioning of the district, of course with the provision to make certain deletions, additions, or modifications. Today we are going to take up a few modes of entertainment. The most popular and effective mode of entertainment is through social media. Those who have been to the social media are aware of the fact that it provides an excellent pastime. There are stories on social media, and social media, of course, is the perfect way of getting connected with the loved ones, our friends, our relatives, and these days, particularly through video chats, video calls, video and audio meetings, and of course, it holds a great charm. Through social media, it's also possible to know about what is happening around. That means we get the news also from social media. And then there are online entertainment shows through Netflix, YouTube, and Facebook. The popular apps which are being used are Google Duo, Zoom, Nextdoor.com, Houseplay, Skype, Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, and many others. Another brilliant initiative by Google is in the form of Google Arts and Culture Initiative. It's very interesting, particularly for those who are interested in art and culture. Through this app, it's possible to have a look at the favorite pieces of art, and this has been done in collaboration with museums and art houses around the world. And if we make use of this app, we'll have hundreds of links available, some far off, some close to us, and each one of them is leading to a specific museum. Through this app, we can have an access to more than 2,000 renowned museums and archives from more than 50 countries. It provides us an opportunity to enjoy art and culture through technology. And yes, recently introduced is the facility of pairing your selfie with an art object. This is a new feature, and it's a very interesting feature. Then particularly, I would say in the Indian context, here another way is free online classes. Learning, all of us are aware of the fact that in itself it's a great form of entertainment. And free online classes are being offered these days when the COVID-19 is there by multiple websites and some prestigious colleges in India, around the world. And these courses cover a varied range of fields from arts, science, commerce, fine arts, and many other fields. Some of the popular websites offering these courses are EDX and Coursera. There are a few examples which we have collected from all around us, the tested and tried ones, during these 4 to 5 months. There's one, laughter yoga. Yoga being practiced, of course, it helps us in developing and retaining our good health. And then there is a lot of, entertainment associated with it. Then Tambola is a popular game, and which used to be played when we used to meet for our meetings, Lions meetings. Now there can be online Tambola. There can be Antakshari, another popular form of entertainment. This can be through Zoom or some other apps. Another brilliant way is to hold master classes on cooking. So this can be a great stress buster. We can learn life skills, and of course, it's going to be useful these days. There can be a few more examples also. There can be dance fitness, and we can have it on Zumba app, or there are other apps as well. In case you search Google, you will find many other apps also. Then we can organize certain competitions, virtual singing competitions. We can hold live painting and cooking competitions, which can be very interesting. Yes, another way of entertainment is stand-up comedies. So we can engage a stand-up comedian, or there can be some of us from the Lion Friends who are good at this. So they can offer their services, and this can be very useful for our members. And then there can be skill testing competitions. For example, we have a wall hanging to be made, and we engage so many of them at the same time. And this competition can also be very, very interesting and entertaining. So friends, these are some of the ways and means which can be adopted as modes or forms of entertainment, and these can be brilliantly used for our district functioning. Thank you, friends.
Thank you for those ideas. Again, should any one of you wish to share what you have been doing in your meetings, do type it out in the chat pane for all of us to learn from. For us as Lions to survive, we have to serve. And then to serve, we need funds. In times when everybody's in so much stress and when physical meetings are an absolute no-no, how do we get members to raise funds? to share some ideas and to discuss how we can use technology to hold fundraising drives is your next panel, led by past District Governor Dr. Jyoti Toshniwal.
We'll be having a panel discussion on virtual fundraising. Well, friends, we are into digital age, and COVID-19 pandemic has changed us tremendously. Our working style has changed, working place has changed, and made us more digital. It's heartening to see that within short time, our lions across India have switched over their traditional in-person working style to virtual mode. Maybe for meetings at all levels, maybe for schoolings or seminars, district or multiple conferences, district elections, and to some extent, service activities. Everything on virtual mode. To speed up our community service, we need more funds. And in present scenario, virtual or online fundraising using all kinds of social media available will be the best option. And recent study says that since 2016-17, online charity giving has increased by 23%, and monthly giving has increased by 40%. Experts say an exploding popularity of online fundraising is going to grow faster. Maybe we as Lions haven't developed any plan for it. So to help in this direction, to empower with the information and know-how about virtual fundraising, we are having a panel discussion wherein two distinguished past district governor, Subhash Dasani from 3232B2, is an area GAT leader C63232 and chairperson of iconic Karnavati Eye Hospital, Ahmedabad. The second speaker with us is past district governor and GLT coordinator of multiple 320, Lakshmanan Ramesh, who is an accomplished trainer, successfully running a software company, an expert in social media marketing, and managing trustee of number of Lions Eye Hospitals in his district. They are going to talk to us on the subject, and we will like to begin with Lion Subhash Dasani. Lion Subhash, I'm aware that you are involved with number of virtual fundraising events. We will like to begin with Lion Subhash Dasani. Lion Subhash, I'm aware that you are involved with number of virtual fundraising events in a big way. We will like to know what is virtual fundraising, how to go about it, and share your experiences on this occasion.
Thank you, ma'am. COVID-19 has brought us new challenges. Time have changed. At this time, because of social distance, traditional fundraising is not possible. We have to adopt virtual fundraising. And let me express my delight, because as far as virtual fundraising is concerned, no organization is better suited than Lions. You will ask me why. And my answer is that we enjoy credibility, we enjoy community's trust, and our past records speaks for itself. When I telephoned a patron in the community who is aware of Lions humanitarian work, and when I explain him about our mission, and when he agrees to contribute just on the base of my telephone call without our meeting, that is virtual fundraising. So two important words as far as virtual fundraising concerned are the credibility of our project and the credibility of our image, that is your goodwill. Your action plan for fund management and how you recognize the donors is also very, very important. Friends, before I say anything further, I want to share our recent experience of virtual fundraising. My home club, Lions Club Ahmedabad Karnavati, is the largest Lions Club with many permanent projects. One of our most prestigious project is our eye hospital. The corona pandemic has affected us severely. Running a giant eye hospital is no easy job. We felt the need for virtual fundraising, the fundraising completely on the basis of on-screen Zoom meeting, sitting there facing each other on our screens. We presented our case. We had our goodwill, we had our past record, we had the past performance of our eye hospital to show. We had the genuine reason of corona pandemic to prove that virtual fundraising was the only way. And I am happy to share that in just half an hour virtual meeting, we could raise 25 lakhs rupees. I also want to share with you our successful fundraising of Corona Warriors Ko Salam. This program was organized on television. Everybody could enjoy this musical entertainment and pay their tributes to Corona Warriors and could also donate towards the mission. As a result, we could donate 15 crores rupees to PM Care Fund and 20 crores to state CM funds. Friendly. Similarly, at our district, we appeal on WhatsApp to serve food to the laborers traveling on Shramik Express. Our appeal touched the hearts of Lions members, and on WhatsApp, members committed 6,400 food packets, and our mission was accomplished. Friends, this is the time to fully utilize our brand value, our past track record. There was a time when we could organize traditional fundraising in some big auditorium in the city. Our audience were limited to 1,500 to 2,000 people, while now virtual fundraising is unlimited in audience size. It is my appeal to you to organize your virtual fundraising right in the beginning of the year. Advertise it through Facebook page, through WhatsApp, through Twitter, motivate them, maximum number to people, and organize an online entertainment as a part of this virtual fundraising. And the fundraising can be in two ways. All people whom you send the link of this virtual fundraising may pay a specific fee. All your patrons commit their contribution towards the fundraising. I promise you, it will be a huge success. This can be crowd fundraising, where every single individual is encouraged to contribute any small amount. This will give them a sense of purpose and a sense of ownership in the fine work your district can do. Again, I would like to share my virtual fundraising, online meetings, phone calls, WhatsApp, social media, then cause-related campaign, crowd fundraising, virtual entertainment programs by inviting good speakers and celebrities. By all these ways, we can make our virtual fundraising successful. That's I want to share with you.
Oh, well, that's interesting, Land Subhash. Thank you for sharing. Now, may I ask Land Ramesh Lakshmanan?
Yeah.
You are the expert from the field, and you will agree with me that the internet is all the time busy and crowded landscape. So to attract the donors, we need to have innovative, fresh ideas. I would like to request you, can you quickly tell us some popular ideas of fundraising, along with a little more information of crowdfunding, online campaign, and cause-related campaign?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Jyotiji, for inviting for such a good program. And of course, with my experience, first of all, let me just tell the basics of the virtual fundraising. It is basically, we all know very well, using the raising the fund through online platform. There are many online platforms, right from the website to the latest WhatsApp technology. So let me quickly go through it, each of it. I know what is the advantages of it, what is the prerequisite for it, and what are all the ways to raise the funds, and what is the precaution we have to take. So when we talk about the virtual fundraising, today the hot topic for everyone is that crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is nothing but, all this again related to with the cost. So even crowdfunding start with the cost. So you have to mention the cost over there. What is the cost? You may be receiving many mails nowadays. Even any governors or any of you may be receiving many of the mails from crowdfunding companies, agencies are there. They will be sending mails. Bulk mailers are there through a Facebook or through a WhatsApp. You will be saying that no, so and so person is required for a fund. He is in the deathbed, so kindly help. So such sort of a creative posters. So basically, crowdfunding is being done by a third-party agency where they will be, taking the cost. You can sign up for it and you can give the cost, and that also will have a deadline. And along with the deadline, you have to also give your what are all your bank details and also sort of. So they will prepare a storyboard and they will be shooting out the mails on behalf of us.
So this is basically the virtual, crowdfunding about it. There are many good agencies are there. To name few, Keto is there, and of course, Impact Group. Recently they have raised about 150 crores of funds through 1 lakh people. And also we have fueladream.com. There are many things are there. In fact, if as I'm into this line, I would like to put a request to the LCCI board of directors that can we do an exclusive crowdfunding platform can be designed for the Lions of India. Even that's going in my mind. Okay, of course. Now, next coming to the online, raising the fund. How to raise the fund in online? Simple thing. Nowadays the tombolas are quite famous. Now especially in the lockdown period, we are playing at home. So we will make it little professionally by involving some stars and see that online ticket can be sold and we can raise with a good cause. We can raise with a good money for a good cause. And similar way, even online singing competition or painting competitions can be, go with the non-line members especially and see that there will be good fund is being raised over there. And also I would like to say something about the Facebook takeover. Normally it's a terminology what they will be telling it social media takeover. This is nothing but there are many companies are there and your own friends may be having about more than 5,000, 8,000. There will be people who are having about 5,000, 8,000 contacts. So take one day, there will be a permission where they can give, where we can post our story, we can raise a cause and we can raise a fund for it. So that's about the social media takeover. And one important thing which we have to understand is that we have to select the right media and for the right cause. So when I say the right media, as I said, that right from the website to a bulk email, to a Facebook, to a WhatsApp, to a Twitter, to a YouTube, to your even in that case Instagram. But which media we have to select for the what cause? That is very important. For example, there is an ongoing project is going in your district, or there is some permanent project we are being proposed. Better you can go with an email campaign. Again, email campaign, again going with an outside emailer where you will be getting more spam mails. Instead of that, I have a smart idea for this. Simplest way, as a district governor, you can just send a communication to your club groups, members to collect email IDs of their kith and kin who are there in abroad. And you try to collect it. For example, in my district, there are about 2,000 members are there. If they start collecting about 10 to 15 mail IDs also, there is about 30 to 40,000 genuine email IDs will be there, where we can prepare an attractive flyer and we can post it to them so that thereby we can get a good friends. And as even said by the Subhashi that about the WhatsApp, because we all know very well, globally WhatsApp is having about 80% of the open rate when compared to any social media. Today WhatsApp is the biggest social media. So we can raise very good funds through that. For example, Hunger Feed program. Try to make out a flyer, again send it to your group and ask the members, each members to post it in their groups. Say for example, my own mobile, I have about 1,500 contacts. Like that every member will be having minimum 1,000 contacts. If you take my own district as an example, about 2,000 and odd members with 1,000 members in each people, 200,000 data, 200,000 are going to get the WhatsApp. Again, it is not disturbing anyone because we are not doing it as a spam. We are going to do a one-to-one to our own friends. We can raise an amazing funding. Yes. Now coming to the part of, if you want me to tell about the precautions what we have to take, that's very important part of it, because we all know very well ours is a branded one. We are a 100 years old organization. When we go for the brand, when we go for the crowdfunding, or when we go for the fundraising, virtual fundraising, we have to take certain precautions. First and foremost thing is, as a leader, you please study what is that legal division says, and please inform them, because there is a usage of the brand logo or Lions logo is most important, and take an approval, formal approval from them before proceeding. And number two, because that makes your job much easier. And the second thing, important thing is that you have to be very transparent. As we are accountable, you have to be very transparent. Try to put the cost exactly with the deadline, and also if suppose it is for an event, what type of an event it is, what all the people are going to come into the event, all those things we have to mention it very clearly. And also our account details. And preferably, if the clubs would like to go and raise a fund or the crowdfunding, or if the club would like to go for a online, they may be still problem for them because they may not be having the ATG or 12A or FCRA. And especially if you want to go to the Facebook, if you want to raise a fund through Facebook, you need these parameters. Similar way for any other people also. Even if you go tomorrow to any crowdfunding agency, they also will expect that. So see that from your district or from the trust which you are having already holding. Through that, you are going to raise the funds. So these are all the small things which I would like to share with all of you for your benefits. Anyway, as I mentioned, If those things goes well this year, we may come up, because of the situation is warranted, we can come up with a very good WhatsApp bot enabled crowdfunding of exclusively for the Lions. Thanks for giving the opportunity.
Oh, that's a great initiative, Lion Ramesh. And thank you for your wonderful tips and the valuable information. Friends, virtual fundraising is the best option in this challenging time. That has been said by both the speakers. Clubs can work out now and plan in a big way. There are fundraising sites and softwares available in the market, along with loads of information on Google. We have #1 brand of our organization and a good credibility with us, along with numerous success stories of serving. Let's use it. Similarly, things to be noted that there is a huge global market open around the clock for virtual fundraising, which is untapped by Lions so far. So let's plan out, take all the necessary precautions, and put our best steps forward. Our efforts in this direction will enable us to speed up our efforts in service front. We strongly believe that leadership is not just position, but an action. So let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you for your ideas. I'm sure many of you would like to raise funds like this. They are definitely worth trying. With this, we come to the end of the first part of the new normal. We will now take a 10-minute break and be back with more ideas and suggestions as how you could conduct yourself effectively as a district governor. See you soon.